see what kind of man I used to be. Now an empty void of fear. How can a mind just disappear? Dark and hazy city nights, immersed in the neon lights. People in the shadows fight a higher cause to change our lives. Close my eyes, I try to sleep but in my mind there's no reality. I'm latching on to all I know, and I've no idea where to go. City nights, immersed in the neon lights. People in the shadows fight a higher cause to change our lives. Close my eyes, I try to sleep but in my mind there's no reality. I'm latching on to all I know, and I've no idea where to go.
It's your man, Pooh Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
Then I'm Palador. I'm a little bit less of that, but I'm hyped too. Good to see you guys.
Everything is hype about Palador. He's a three-time world champion. He's unstoppable. Well, I mean, you didn't stop, but I think that was by choice.
Yeah, it was kind of choice. Shifting over from, the player end to the casting end, just as exciting, at least some of the times, and, getting hyped for the teams instead of being the one in the arena sweating it out.
And like literally mountains and mountains of hours of experience casting, Palador is going to give us the skinny on literally anything you want to know about Echo Arena. We are about to get into these games. It's going to be great. But first, we want to talk a little bit about this High School Heroes League. The Heroes Esports League, High School Heroes Esports League, is a gaming league created by Outrun Digital with the support of the nonprofit Draper Hero Institute and is exclusive for high school students in all countries. Right now, though, this preseason event is exclusive to 11 Title I high schools in 9 states, and they'll be expanding to more schools soon. Hit up hsvrleague.com for more information if you want to join us in the league for future seasons. Our preseason partners include VR esports experts at V-Respawn to help with production, VR Esports Brazil for our Brazilian simulcast, hello guys, and Fix Gaming for the music used in today's production. Other partners, I love Fix, man. Other partners and contributors to our prize package include Antline, the creators of the famous Mod Mic, an attachable boom microphone, and we'll be awarding each of the first place prize winners with a free wireless Antline audio mod mic. Mammoth VR, who make a series of products for your VR equipment, will also be awarding gift cards to each winner, the amount of 150 to the first, 100 to the second, and 50 for third place. The hit VR game Synth Riders will award a free game key to everyone that played in this season. I believe it's 100 for first, 75 for second, and 50 for first. Although I decided to chip in some money so we could bump those numbers up and get that entire prize package, including the first place prize winner, who will be getting each player will get a personal Quest 2 that they get to keep and take home with them, thanks to the Draper Hero Institute. And that gives our total prize package up to $5,000 this time around. With the little extra we threw in, I was like, it was just short of $5,000. I was like, you know what? Nope, got to get a nice round number. There's
nice grand number.
Yes, I love round numbers. You know how it is. There will also be giveaways in the chat, so be sure to check the chat, guys. So keep your eyes peeled for a $100 Mammoth gift card giveaway, and we partner with Starblazer to give away 5 keys in this cast, including 7 in the Discord and 5 more for the finals coming up, I believe, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. Wow, is that really Super Bowl Sunday?
I think so. I mean, I'm not a football fan, but I am an Echo fan, so I do know on Sunday we have our finals here.
Man, I'm talking about pandemic's got me not knowing what day it is. Anyway, the preseason sponsors include Cloudhead Games and Leary Owl. I never call Leo by his full name, but Leary Owl's hard to say. Anyway, Liv, Pesky Cashew, Cutie Pop, Starcade Arcade, Synth Riders, and the guy reading this card. Today we've got our semifinals with teams from, is it Duffer from Oregon? Pasco
Duffer versus Concord. I got notes too, Pooh, but they're not quite as fancy as your bag.
I will send you some cards. We got Pasco from Florida, Concord Carlisle from Massachusetts, and Buena Park from California. So we're about to get right into it. We're just going to wait for Pesky to get to it. While we wait for Pesky to get into the match and get us all started, Palador, tell us a little bit about your experience with Echo Arena.
Oh boy, where to start? Well, I guess at the start. I mean, 2017 came around. The beta for PC version of Echo VR came out. Echo Arena got in there just after it went live initially. Had a match, floated around, but just experiencing that the first time. After coming out of that match, I said to myself, "This is the future. This is what VR was made for. These kind of experiences, these sports that you can never get outside of this medium." So, long story short, played in it competitively at ESL for 3 seasons. We're doing stuff now with VRML, casting for that on a daily basis. Just about the whole game is just exploding.
Don't skip over
this
Pizza
last year.
League.
Well, of course. I mean, we had a lot of great community leagues, including Pizza League. We have a SEAL as well, and there's a lot of things going on constantly in this community. It's growing at such a rapid rate, which is why it's exciting to be here for an event like this, because we get to look at once again the future, essentially, of players, generations who are coming in here thanks to systems like the Quest 2, which just enabled this game to really, really take off, thanks to the low barrier entry in comparison, and the freedom of movement, no cords, things like that. It's been an insane rally here the last 3 years. There's a reason Echo's been around this entire time, and I think a lot of people from now until the future, they're going to find out why Echo is such a huge thing. Well,
it's free, it's awesome, it's immersive, and the skill cap just seems to keep getting higher. Right?
It does. I mean, at every tier, you see people who've been playing for years, people have been playing for maybe just weeks or months, but whatever the case is, there's a very clear ceiling, and that hasn't been reached yet, but the climb is just so fun to watch. It's very much like a real-life sport, where you just a progression week to week as you get comfortable and get used to mechanics. It's a fun thing.
Oh yeah, man. There's no ceiling in sight. Once we think we found it, some new team comes out of nowhere and blasts a hole in that ceiling, and we're like, wait, this is the way the game was meant to be played? Every time. That is always fun to see. People invent new ways, or just show us that we thought we knew what fast was, and then they show us definitely we did not.
Yep. There were times where even just a single regrab, for instance, to get a slight boost, even just pulling off one of those was amazing. It was unbelievable. And now these days in Echo as well, amongst the most experienced players, you see them pulling off 3, 4, 5 in a row to get down the floor in a hurry. It's insane. All
right, well, we're going to jump right into the game. Let's take a look at our first match.
All right.
Duffer versus Concord. I believe that's how you say him. Duffer, Doofer. Do you know how to say that? I did not look it up.
We'll do what we can do.
That's right. All right. So immediately, Concord wins the joust, it appears. But now they're making some decisions about what to do next. What's the decisive process here? This looks like very similar to what we saw when we were testing out in beta. So you can think about what's going on in their head as they're beginning to figure out what the next move is.
Yeah, I think part of it is just trying to, find maybe that pass or the shot attempt actually out the backboard. Never mind. Spider Monkey. We're getting funky with it.
That's right. Spider Monkey going right for one of those black diamonds to get that bounce shot. For those of you who are new to the game, you aim for one of those black diamonds, and it really increases your chances of getting a back shot. And the fun thing about those backboard shots, whenever we first started playing this game, was as a goalie, you're so concentrated on what's in front of you that the backboard shots take a while to get used to paying attention to where they're going to throw it to get ready for them. I believe it was you. We were the first person to when people would try to do backboard shots and you would reach through the other side of the goal. And everybody's like,
you know what? Hold on, because they got maybe attempted a goal. I wanted to say, though, can I mention, even me, from the offensive standpoint, I never really got good at those. So the fact that, you already have Spider Monkey making them off the backboard, I mean, hey, already a step ahead of my game offensively.
He probably watched one of your tutorial videos, so he got an idea of how to use that backboard early. It's one of those secrets that people don't really tell you unless you ask. Already, we got ourselves a clear, and Duffer's actually trying to get a recovery. They're keeping it in play, staying on the offensive and not getting it out of the Concord side of the field. That would allow them to put more pressure as they try to get in the bubble. Ooh, stripped right out of his hand.
All right, well, off of this, MKS trying to send that midfield, and a midfield play, another one of those factors of Echo where it's very positional based. You have the mid lane, left lane, right lane, and knowing how to cover each and every spot while still being, available to your teammates. That was kind of my role when I was playing Echo. As a good save comes in from Spider Monkey, now showing some spider limbs on defense, Pooh.
Yes, getting this defense down, actually kicking it right down that left tunnel. No one is playing midfield, so he had a nice clean shot as a boost over to the other end. He's just going to be able to walk it in. That's a tough shot to do it like that, though, like right underneath the goal. When you're from that angle right underneath the goal, it's like a sliver. You're really like, oh, you really threading the needle there when you're trying to hit a shot like that.
Right, well, you see the tap boost off the floor as well, another handy thing to learn, just using the hands and using the geometry in the arena to your favor. Anything that you could see in the arena here, you can grab and you can tap off and you can get a better angle just based off that momentum.
Yeah, we're actually seeing pretty standard play coming in from Duffers, so I'm not entirely sure if they have a regular Echo player on their team, but that's a pretty standard approach, stacking up whatever you have disc possession and just doing a nice three-man split. Not too uncommon in three-man play.
Yeah, one of the things, too, about the three-man game, of course, Echo on the whole is kind of moving more towards 4-on-4 as we progress through the seasons, but obviously 3v3 is no stranger. That was how Echo was for the majority of its lifespan here, and learning to play that meta as a shot just goes off dinging is a huge part of this game just as much as anything.
Yeah, man. Well, the 3v3, if you remember back in the day, the developers are telling us that when they tried playing 4v4 and 5v5, it was just pure chaos. But as we really got to understand the game, 3v3 did not feel like enough people, and we got to where we could handle more and more. And so I think this is a really comfortable place for these new players to start, is 3v3, to really get the mechanics. But they'll get the itch just like we all did to say, all right, we need another guy.
Oh, yeah. It's all, I mean, it's very modular, right? The way of Echo, so you can add a player, subtract a player, change times here and there, but end of the day, the fundamentals stay the same in terms of if you played a team sport in real life, outside of VR as well, you'll know how to play Echo. It's all about the positioning. It's about the passing. It's about all those mechanics in your throws, and it all translates no matter if it's 3v3 or 4v4.
Oh, the goalie was able to miss the shot, but it doesn't matter. It's bouncing back out the bubble, and they're going for the recovery. 2v1. Can they go? It's 2v2. Both men on the goal. Can they actually stop him? This is where you want to work your jukes, but it doesn't matter. It is cleared out slightly by Blue, and I don't think Orange is going to be able to boost over there quick enough to recover. I was wrong, though.
They barely got there with just a second to spare, but now no spare on the punch. It's just a clear, maybe even a shot. That is mighty close, and awaiting the rebound here of one of these players.
That was like one of them classic long shots where people go underneath the freaking door, bounce it off the back. Was that Boop that was famous for doing that shot?
I'm sorry, did you say door? But yes,
yeah,
Boop
I always
on
call
the
it a
ceiling
door.
Shots.
The shield I've always called the door. I say under the door, in the mail slot.
I thought you were just talking to me.
Palador. Oh, yeah, that door. No, that door you had to like wiggle your head around just right in order to get through it. It's really complicated.
Yeah, so complicated that they decided to remove it, much to my chagrin.
Yeah, it was crashing servers.
Yeah. Well, crashing with the stuns there. Nice one. Bug. B-Bug gets the disc. Trying to send it out. Gonna bounce off that bow tie right back to B-Bug, so kind of a self-pass before the second clear.
Yes, man. South Pass, indeed. A little bit of dribbling. I remember we saw that for a whole season there, that dribbling was very popular. I wonder if we'll see it come back in the high school league. This 3v3, as you said, is a different style of play. Oh, and a nice steal coming in from the King as he's ready to wait for his team to get up. Nice juking out the way. The King knows how to play. The King is playing like somebody he's got at least a handful of hours in Echo.
Yeah, playing like a guy with a crown indeed. Very regal and royal, maintaining control, and now trying to, direct the traffic here. Spider Monkey again. Pooh, I want to say, I think it was you who came up with that dribbling phrase and got it kind of popularized there a couple years back.
Oh, I mean, I've said it a bunch, but I was just repeating what other people were saying. I'm a sponge that way. But yeah, I would see people do that. Like they realize that if they just constantly let go and held onto the disc or passed it between their hands, it made it hard for you to steal it. Because that was the problem with steals, is that someone steals the disc, and by the time your computer tells you they stole it, they're gone.
Oh yeah, and the hands right now on some of these defenders these days in Echo, it gets very strenuous, very stressful. You see even offensive players now to deny steals. You talk about the boop shot as, hold on, the barrier is just going to be knocked loose. So cut that thought for a second. Trying to rebound it, all right, on the edge of the reach.
That always hurts.
Talk about the boop shot.
Yeah.
Boo, and you also got something called the Ender move for people who are aware of Ender.
Yeah, where he went through the shield
player.
with his body, but he holds the disc out of the shield. You talking about that one?
Oh, no, where he shields his own head when he has a disc. So he basically baits a stun.
Yeah.
He drops the disc last second to make people stun him, and then he'll carry it all the way to the goal. It's a pretty dirty move.
Who was it who popularized flying straight at the shield, and then they hold the disc just outside the shield as they go through?
That couldn't be me, but that is a 2, and that could be 7 for Concord. How about that? Right on their own accord. They're feeling strong to start off this round.
Yes, man, running up the scoreboard over on Concord. Already rolled up 7 points. We got ourselves the 20-point mercy rule is actually in play. Last I checked the rules. We're playing best of 5 10-minute matches. Since it's not a high-scoring match, though, that 10 minutes is not going to burn us too bad. You know, that clock does stop every time you score, right?
Well,
they changed that.
It used to stop. Now, I mean, we're talking when I was a player, it was 5 minutes stopping clock, and that's how pubs were as well up until the last year or so. But yeah, these days now, these private matches, the default settings indeed are 10-minute running clock, so it's always
nice.
going.
I'm glad they did that because, man, we'd have a high-scoring match, real tough one. It would go on forever.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, you know what? I understand. My team benefited heavily off of those off of those clocks, but hey, different era.
We did like that they added the sudden death, though. That was a really nice touch. Well, speaking of sudden death, he's about to get knocked out. No! Ooh. He's able to counter him as they push in and go for the clear. Ooh, right into some geos.
That was some bold moves there. Talk about the Ender. That one was more of a what we call the Dusty now, which is when instead of shielding yourself when you have the disc, you just go for the straight-up punch. That was brutal, and now a clear is going to ricochet around the bubble here.
Yeah, man. You really do like it when you can get a lucky junk shot. You just throw it at some hard geometry and just hope it bounces in. I heard the developers had a secret laser pointer they would point around inside different places in order to see where all the bounce shots were. And that's like part of the construction of the field, why it's shaped the way it is. One of the many reasons.
Well, absolutely. That's the scary part about this. And we're seeing it more as of this last year now, but every single piece of geometry you see there, all those little floating islands, we call those geometry in Echo. Every little piece has a purpose. I mean, if you throw it at a certain angle from a certain distance, they're going somewhere that you can make use of on the floor when you're positioning out.
I am doing great, VR Central. Good to see you here, man. So, yeah, we got ourselves some high school teams going at it toe-to-toe. Nice block by the King. I thought he was going to pull back and get an own goal. We've all made that mistake, but he did not. The King showing off that he's definitely got a lot of skills. No, some basic juking on the geometry. Nice work. And as Palador was alluding to, that people have learned to abuse the geometry in ways that we thought unimaginable. And so I want to know, in professional play, are you starting to see 3 bouncers like consistently?
But you do see definitely at the top levels of Echo these days. You
brutal.
will see, multiple bounces. You will see, quite frankly, full court. There are a lot of players in this league at this point who can make it from absolutely anywhere in the floor. They don't need to have a line of sight on the goal is the problem. So it is very tricky as a defender.
If I hold this geo and just smash it right here, it will bounce in the goal and no one will be able to stop it.
Absolutely. No one able to stop that. No one able to stop Concord right now.
Yes, Concord on a tear. Up. That is right. Oh, man, we got a lot of stuns coming in from Duffer, but not as many as Concord. Those stuns will help you, and focusing on them can get you somewhat of an edge, but if you can't turn those stuns into scores, you're kind of just wasting your time, don't you think?
Yeah, it's kind of the whole game about rock, paper, scissors basically applies to the stun game. Sometimes, and frankly, add an extra tool to the mix, because sometimes you don't even want to engage in that necessarily. It can be better to actually grab a foot, and instead of punching on the way through, just pull through, grab some extra momentum, and don't even worry about the punch. It's very situationally dependent on when you want to stun.
They doesn't always help you. They did 10-point mercy rule and decided to start another round, gave them the win on that one. I guess I misread the 20 in those rules. I'm glad, because 20 would have just been ridiculous. But, shout out to my man, MoreTX007. If there's one guy who knows how to play a game past the mercy rule because he shows no mercy, it's MoreTX. Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Definitely a mortician killing the enemy there. But with that, shout out to you guys in the chat. Glad you're joining me again. I'm Palador joining Poonanners here. Sorry, I'm so used to saying being joined by, but in this case, I'm the one joining in. And happy to be here for sure.
Well, I remember from the beginning days playing with Palador and watching him rise to fame and glory, winning his 3 championship matches, an unstoppable player, and watching him get into his Pizza League and then branching out into VR Melon. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow up and really just show everybody how it's done. I'm loving it. It's just like you did in the beta. You showed everyone how to play the game, then you showed everybody how to get out of the arena, and they put a plaque after they patched it. Now you're showing everybody how to cast Echo Arena. It's good stuff, man. I love it.
I appreciate it. Although I will correct you on one thing. I have not grown up. I'm still a kid at heart.
Well, I mean, growing up in the game. I'm not putting an age on it. I'm old as hell.
Well, I'm. You know what? I didn't consider myself that, but now, with all the players coming into Echo these days, and the average age going lower and lower, I'm kind of feeling it, Poop. I got to be honest.
And those younger players are getting faster and faster than my little old eyeballs can see sometimes. I remember my favorite move was to intercept people as they run through these tunnels to go pull a train and try to stack up and get past you. Instead of midfielding the disc, I just midfielded the players and would knock them both out. I tried that on Joker once. I grabbed onto them. Half a second went by and I was slammed into a wall. And I was like,
hold on. The King, though, just slamming in another shot there. Wow, 3-point hit, and that was right in that corner. Good one.
Yeah, man, this guy's been playing.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's rubbing off on the rest of his team. He's going for that top prize.
Yeah, well, they definitely needed it, because conceding those 10 points in the first round, to see Duffer be able to get here on the boards first, that's actually a really strong sign for them that they're still engaged, they're in it, and they're not looking to concede anything. It's a new round, new timer, and yeah, right back up by a few points and on defense now for Duffer.
Now, every one of our players is playing on a Quest 2. Quest 2 is actually provided by Outrun Digital, who helped put together this entire thing with Draper Hero Institute, helping fund the whole thing for us. And obviously, all of our sponsors also giving money to these teams so they can get those quests out to the players who represent their schools. Those quests technically belong, I believe, to the school team. However, the first place team who ends up winning this one, they'll get Quest 2's personal that they get to take home with them.
Oh, that's great. I know the Quest 2 is an amazing piece of hardware. Honestly, I didn't think that we'd reach that point until maybe 2024, 25.
Right.
But that's it.
It's the same thing when you put on a CV1. It's like, I didn't realize it had come this far.
Yeah.
And every year it's like that. You're like, really?
Yeah, pretty much. It's been crazy as that shot goes out. But Spider Monkey, that's at least the second save from Spider defending in that bubble.
Oh, I love a stone cold stop like that. It's always good. We've always said for many years that the goalie's main job is really just trying to make sure that you don't get any three-pointers, because when they get inside that bubble, it gets increasingly harder to stop. So it's really good to see it. Whenever you see a three-pointer get past a goalie, it kind of bums you out a little bit. Oh, he went for that backboard shot, but couldn't line it up.
Yeah, no one in the goal, so not the same results that time. That could have pushed him up by 6 points and maybe even start putting that mercy situation in favor of Duffer had they made it. So definitely wiping some sweat off the back, I do suppose, here for Concord as they try and contest this disc, but no one there except Duffer again with a rebound and the King working it up the floor.
Yeah, and it looks like they got themselves a midfielder. So at the very least, Duffer's got a midfielder holding up that midfield for them just in case a clear happens, and they're trying to do 2v3 on the goal. And they're trying to figure out how to bait him between. Oh, setting up a backboard pass. Oh, he was trying to go off the roof. He's got a recovery, going to go backboard shot. No, blocked away. 3 in the goal. Palador, play it out for us. What's going to happen?
Well, Spider Monkey happened, but unfortunately, so did the 3. So not only, some excellent saves coming in from Spider, but then the King just holding true and staying strong in the front lines of battle here and got them some more points. They are, in fact, up by 4 minutes into this round.
It's almost like they were their thought process, but they wanted to bait him out of the goal, make it look like they're going for the 2, but bait you out the goal so I can slam this 3.
Yeah, that's a tough thing as well, because sometimes you're so antsy to get going, or spidery in this case, but you want to dive out, and then the next thing you know, oops, the disc actually did not get cleared, and well, I kind of got caught with my pants down, and the goal was open, and well, there goes the shot.
Yes, indeed, but at least it's blocked by that top Geo right above the door. We'll see if he can actually get it. No one is on the goal. This makes you a little bit antsy, but as you said, these guys have it together. They stacked up and got in there quick to help support their midfielder and cleared it right downfield.
Yeah, perfect clear as well, just right off through the center. There's a lot of Geo in the way, but with a lot of time to spare, MKS12 there still gets the disc, has B-Bug on that Geo that we tend to call Pac-Man. for one reason or the other. But we'll be bouncing clear to the rad logo at the bottom of the floor, and a little bit of jostling. Some brawls brewing in the mid lane with Spider. Definitely getting all those arms, all 8 of them, in fact, right on the opponents.
Man, with 8 arms, there's no way you're going to keep him from taking the disc from you. Maybe that's why he's called Spider. He's the disc stripper.
Yeah, seems like it so far. Ready 3 saves and how many grabs out of the midfield. So really good stuff I'm seeing from Spider here.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm seeing that having difficulty getting the shots on goal to actually line up straight. I'm not sure the difference in aiming accuracy on the Quest 2 versus the original OC or OG CV1. But I do know that it was a bit of a learning curve. You had to learn that everything you learned about throwing is just a little bit different in VR.
Yeah, there's definitely some muscle memory to it that is a bit different. I mean, VR in general, I keep saying with Echo, always make those sports comparisons to traditional sports. That's the thing, you come into it, and you could have been a gamer all your life, much like I was, but there are just certain things that don't translate from regular games or even other VR games to Echo. It's very, very unique beast in that sense.
Well, you see that, yeah, you see that across VR games. One of my favorite stories to tell people is about professional Pavlov players. Pavlov is basically a CSGO clone, right? But they'll have people who are pro CSGO players strap on a VR headset and everything they know is wrong. Like, none of those skills translate into CSGO. All the pro players tell me that. They're like, you're actually better off never having played CSGO. And I'm like, really? Nothing translates? That's crazy. But yeah.
I mean, I think if anything does translate, stuff like subtle things like positioning, perhaps, but on the whole, mechanics-wise, absolutely. That kind of stuff is just, if you happen to be a sharpshooter in real life, then perhaps. But yeah, game-wise,
the steal.
That's a nice grab, actually. Yeah. So turning to a one-on-one. Ooh, the windmill move could not finish, however.
Oh, I do love a good wind-up windmill when they can make it connect, but it did not pay off for them. Oh, what? Nice steal. The King's got a free shot. And he walks it in.
Wow. I don't even know what to think now, Poonanners, because we just saw 10-0 in round 1 going the way of Concord, but look at Duffer here. They're giving a dose of that medicine right back in a strong fashion.
In all fairness, you experienced this at the top of the game in World Finals. I watched these kind of 10-1 matches go back and forth between you and, what was their team? I don't remember the name.
We've had some battles, but I'm thinking...
It was the UK Invitational, where it was going back and forth in blowouts. And you're like, what is happening?
I'm thinking you're thinking of Team Gravity. A long-standing team for sure. Have their battles, and Team Gravity, for those who are aware of VR Master League, the back-to-back currently reigning defending champions over in Europe.
Was it Gravity at the UK Invitational? At the UK I think it was whatever Boop and Affentair's original team name was.
Well, I had, what was it? Blast. You might be thinking Blast.
I think it maybe, yeah, that's what it was. It was Blast, because I remember they had like the big bomb on the screen whenever they won their round. Yeah. Because I was like, it wasn't Gravity just yet. They didn't. That was season 3 or season 2 when they got Boop on the team. Yeah, this is the OG crew.
I think it was season 2. It was a while back.
Okay.
The teams shift back and forth sometimes, but the players say the same as a shot now will be claimed by MKS, and he will kiss that disc goodbye as he sails straight into the goal. 6-point game. They're back in it here.
Hopefully this turns it around for them. You know, we know the King during the first round, we saw him actually doing really well, getting good shots in, but not able to convert it. But this time around, we're seeing them actually convert. We're seeing them actually stack up on their teams. We're seeing some good fundamentals happening here. The King actually running quarterback, trying to figure out how to get it past the midfield blocker. Look for an opportunity, a little bit of jukes. As we say, this is one of the most important things you can learn in the game when you first play. Do not fly in a straight line where you can't grab anything.
Almost got them the goal, trying to grab it out the barrier, but getting lost a little bit. So that's going to be ejected to the midfield again, where 2 midfielders brawling each other and kind of contesting. It's King, of course, just been doing some heavy damage, but Ramex here will get that clear partially through into the trap, and now maybe opening up an opportunity, but no, another grab, another clear, and, well, no goalie in there, so maybe in danger if they can get those boosts, open goal.
That's right. You got to work those boosts. Even if you got a boost off of an enemy teammate, you totally can. That's where you have to really question yourself. Do I want to knock this guy out, or do I want to take his speed? Although you can hang your fist back after you stole his speed and steal it from him. It's risky, but you can do it. That's more of a lemming move.
It's the whole push-pull, right? Just deciding at any given time, the thing is, Echo is all about the split-second decision-making as any sport, right? So you got to make your decision quick and in a hurry, and sometimes it's just flat-out instinct.
It's not a game for the slow, that is for sure. Oh, man, speedy people. Yes, indeed. Well, they're fighting it up in the corner. These corners are actually places that we normally end up in, but the round will be over soon, and this will put a win to Duffer going into round 3 in a best out of 5 match. Actually putting up one hell of a fight. We're going to see these guys kind of even. They earned their way into the semifinals, so hopefully we do end up seeing them really going toe-to-toe. Maybe might get lucky, get some sudden death action here.
It wouldn't be an uncommon sight. Seen some of those in my other casts lately for sure, and they're always an excitement. I'm telling you, I might not be in these games physically playing anymore, but it does not mean I don't get sweaty as a caster from time to time when things start getting going, and you get these matches where you have these right down to the wire moments, these overtimes, these big saves of which we've seen plenty. I mean, look at that, 10 saves for Concord as a team compared to just 2 there for Duffer, but that big return round for sure, and we still got some time to go. This is best of 5, ladies and gents.
In my experience, when it comes to competitive play, there is no stress higher than playing at a LAN. Something about a LAN just gets you. The world kind of falls away when you put that headset on and you're in the game, but there's still something picking at you, and it's something gets you. When I did a competition for Sprint Vector at CES in Vegas with Alienware and NVIDIA, I was competing in that one, and it was in that moment that I realized, like, oh, this is the stress those players are feeling. This is too much. And so you, having done so many, you're having flashbacks watching these guys trying to win championships. So, yeah, 100% you're getting sweaty. Just the empathy alone, you're like, I know what that feels like, man.
Well, you know what? Even extending, and absolutely, Poonanners, but even extending just to online streams like this, I gotta say, I remember when I was streamed for the first time by the likes of you and Blue and ESL for some of those LANs. I mean, the first time and even the second, third, fourth time, it was insane. There would definitely be, especially those first
it's definitely
minutes.
Stressful. 100% it's stressful. It's just like what I'm saying is that's really stressful. Like, you're breathing really hard, you're sweating, you're freaking out. And then you go to a LAN and you're like, I did not realize it could get worse.
Yeah. Now, after a few minutes, usually, it would fade away to the background a bit because you get lost in the immersion of VR and the physicality, especially of Echo VR. So, yeah, it would definitely be a factor nonetheless. So it's cool to be able to come on here and do these kind of streams for these teams as well and give them, their looks at just this action and being able to be the focus of these primetime slots. Really happy to be casting here.
Oh, yes, man. These Title I schools, like we're coming out to help these guys and help them get their own sports off the ground. Esports, especially VR esports, it's young and in its infancy, but the Quest 2 is out, making it really available to everyone. And everybody needs some kind of extracurricular to get to, just like MKS does the backhand in. We saw that a few times in pro play, and every time a guy just kind of just tosses it over the back of his shoulder, it's always a pleasure to see.
Oh, yeah. And real quick, too, Solar PVR in there, shouting out. What's up? Glad to have you joining. Tom Wellings as well. Good to see some familiar faces here in the chat. See, this community, as much as it is growing, and I mean growing rapidly, still got that sense of community around these players and on these Twitch streams. Great to see.
Never underestimate the power of a beautiful and fun free game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too many things, man. I remember when they were first launching this game, it wasn't going to be free, and it was like this thing, like, is it going to be free for like a few months and what have you? It was like a whole worry we had about the success of this game. And then they like signed some deal, and they're like, it's going to be free forever. And we're like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. The game did go premium for like a few hours, I think. But that was it. It was scheduled for the first few months. It was kind of a deal with Intel, as I recall, and then Oculus afterwards had said, well, I think we have something here. We should keep this one free because this is something that everyone who gets into VR needs to try. And that's been the case as King now trying to make a play into the goal, but getting rolled over by MKS.
Nice steal from MKS indeed. He was right there. The rest of the team getting knocked out. He's got a free shot, but he can't catch himself a train, so all they got to do is stack up to beat him, and they've done so. He needed a teammate to come past him. Oh, he tried to get a last-minute shot. That's where your teammates got to tell you what's happening, right? They'd be like, you've got 5 seconds. Green, red, red, red.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Those kind of comms, those call-outs, and still used to this day. For those not familiar, the whole red light, red, yellow, green type thing. When your teammate's about to approach the disc, you're basically, if you're their teammate, you're yelling at them, you're saying green if they have a few seconds, several seconds to spare. Yellow if they maybe have a time to grab the disc and then make one quick juke. Red if that means they're right on you. You better get rid of that. And on occasion, the blue call, which means you have a million years lined up a three-point shot or something. No one is even in your general zip code.
I would imagine now that how fast everyone runs at the blue level, you just have to assume it's always red.
That is actually pretty accurate most of the time. That's why I say blue is very rare as, ooh, look at that shot cooking for King right there. 2-2. This third round now after kind of a back-to-back, well, one mercy and then a near mercy, now just tied in the first few minutes. This has been very back and forth.
I think it's safe to say they've warmed up, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah, gotta wonder, maybe some of those early match stream jitters, knowing that these are the semifinals and you're kind of fighting for your tournament lives here.
That's right. Well, Concord has possession. They were able to dodge the two front runners. Midfielder's getting ready, but MK wanted to knock him out. MK did not get it, got out-juked. They went for just a Hail Mary here. Not exactly a good shot, but sometimes it's better to get rid of the disc and hopefully he can bounce pass it to a teammate. He's going to jump it right on the goal. When they're in that close, it is hard to block, right, Palador?
Yeah, definitely. And yet, somehow, some way, people keep on doing it more and more these days. But it is difficult, and that's always been one of the most impressive things to me, is just seeing the sheer amount of great goalkeepers coming into the league. Some of it is basically a mix of predictability, but also instinct and reaction time. There's basically different types of goalies in that aspect. Some are just better at prediction, but some are pure instinct. So it's tough.
Yeah, Tom Wellings, you should actually coach a team. These guys, just to watch how fast these kids would learn with some pro coaching. It'd be really nice to see. It would also be really nice to see people branching out as VR esports coaches. It'd only be a matter of time before that's like literally a job you get at schools.
Oh, look, I like that boost there from King. Got there with plenty of time to spare. That's following another save, however. I believe it was Spider Monkey yet again. They're going to work it up the floor and see if they can maybe coach themselves here on the floor to another shot, just trying to direct traffic, but getting stunned. And,
that's that late release.
Crashing out here.
He did that late release there where we're talking about how you have to learn to throw in VR, and it takes a lot of repetitive practice to unteach your brain what it thinks you need to do. And that's when you see the disc, if you're doing an overhand shot and you see the disc just rocket towards the ground, that you have to release a little bit earlier than you think you do.
Yeah, very, very true. And the thing is, there's so many different ways to throw it. There's no definitive playbook, where this is the way you have to be. There are some players who really utilize the underhand shots to full advantage. Even though not everyone recommends it, those frisbee shots, that said, that is a shot that doesn't miss for the King. And King right now chasing that championship ring, perhaps further and further into these semifinals with another big shot there to tie.
Yeah, those underhand shots, the guys who could do them, they're so fast. Me, because I never really could retrain my brain to let go at the appropriate time, I just started doing push shots where I would just go straight from my body out and let go. I was like, this will go straight. I guarantee it.
The lemming shot, yes.
It's very slow.
Yeah, I mean, the slower you throw it out there, the more straight arm. In theory, the more accurate it is, but also the easier it is to eventually pick off for defenders getting back into the area. So that is those are the difference makers at the upper levels, and the more you play the game, is you'll see the speed continues to increase everywhere, not just the stacks, everywhere.
Oh yeah, man, just dials up the speed. We haven't found the limit. There's a limit theoretically, but we haven't found the limit just yet. Unless you're holding the disc, then there's clearly a limit.
Yeah.
All right, well, they're fighting out midfield, right?
Yeah, midfield fights here. And as you mentioned, the whole part of the speed limit, when you grab the disc there, it slows you down slightly. And opening up a 3 there, but just slightly off. But yeah, it kind of encourages that team play, right? You got to find your teammates and move it up that way, as opposed to just one person carrying it all up and down the floor. It doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a really funny thing about throwing accuracy that we were talking about. One thing we noticed that it can be largely ping dependent. MK's going to try another one. Oh, yep, he adjusted his aim and had a great shot, but it was blocked by the King.
Doing it all right now, Poonhanners. He's gotten the offense, gotten the defense. This guy's no nonsense, it feels like.
Well, that's why he wears the crown, man. That's why they call him the King. I don't think he named himself that. I think somebody else did.
Yeah. And it's not a name so much as a title indeed. Right now trying to lead his team into maybe a lead if they do push up the floor here, trying to dodge maneuver.
Juke.
And wow, but save, but will go in. Oh, that is tough. Spider Monkey, the fantastic grab, but it still sailed in.
Love it when they rip it in, man. Oh, that's good stuff. The thing is, I've burned 3-pointers doing that because I just assumed the other guys were going to block it, so I just preemptively rip it through the goal. And they're like, they were going to miss it. It was going to be a 3-pointer. But they clearly stopped that, and he grabbed it from the other side of the goal. Such is the beauty of Echo Arena that you can do moves like that.
Now right here, trying to move up the floor, kind of spacing out. You see one teammate above or in front, one behind. They got the double line of sight there, but now a nice dodge from Spider. Spider, a soft pass over, trying to hit maybe in the stride. That actually would be a good delivery. The goal is open. The goal is closed. It's a 1-point lead for Concord.
Open and shut case. MKS delivering the court.
Someone called the
case
police.
or something.
Dang.
I don't know.
Oh, that was big because there's only 90 seconds left in this round, and that could in fact be the game winner here.
Well, they got a minute and a half. They got time. But yeah, you're right.
By the pace, it could end up. I mean, those are the very consequential ones where you're just feeling it. Because now, guess what? Duffer, they're on their heels. They may be on offense, but they have like even more pressure on them.
That's right. It was MKS versus King, who I believe might be our team captains. They are number one slotted on both teams, and they're the names we keep seeing the most. But if they get down to the goal, they might actually make this happen. Oh, he's got the save. King actually doing his job like he always does. It's almost like they pay him to do this.
Yeah, not only a King, seemingly a Knight, also just defending the honor of his team. And now trying to contest in that tunnel. You see Will jamming up the defense as King is just going to have this lane to drive it all the way up the floor.
You gotta love having a blocker that's got your back, man, or got your front in this case. Fighting it out 2v2, and the clear right down the field. No one's there. Who's gonna get there first? It looks like, is it the King? Yes, it is. The King's gonna get there first. If you look at that mini map, he's gonna get there to save it. But with 25 seconds left to go, Duffer's got to make a move.
And move fast. Yeah, 20 left. Uncontested momentarily in that tunnel, just going to drive it right up the floor. You see one teammect kind of at the front here, and two now trying to join and open up a lane once again, but a good steal somehow. MKS right through the double offenders rather, and with that clear's going to do it, it looks like.
Yeah, Concord gets another W, taking us into round 4. Thought they had it there for a minute. I really did. Like, that approach felt solid. They had 15 seconds. He could clearly see the clock. His teammate's position wasn't exactly where you'd want it, but I was feeling kind of good about it. And then they closed the trap and just yanked it out of his hands. And I'm like, oh. And you can hear him. The comms are on. You can hear the guy go, oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's the beauty of it,
63 stuns. Bro, wow. Running it up.
I mean, I knew there were some stuns. I didn't realize there were that many from that guy. Ooh, that is, I don't want any of that. I want to say it is good side. Ooh.
Cover your head, guys. You gotta protect your head. Got to.
Absolutely.
That's all you gotta do is you hold your grips, put your hands up against your head. I mean, there's a limit to how long you can hold it there, and there's a cooldown, but it's not that long. Granted, when you're knocked out, it's not that long, but it seems like forever.
Oh yeah, well, when you get stunned at the worst possible time and you just have to helplessly watch the disc go forward and sometimes in, it's one of the worst feelings because then you feel like, well, if only I had blocked, or if only I had stunned first, or shielded myself, whatever the case is.
You can't think about it.
You always feel like, I could have done a little something differently, but now I'm just here watching as a spectator for about a second. Yeah,
you definitely can't. You can't think about it. Thinking about that thinking about the mistakes you made will slow you down. In a competition, it's like, we'll look at the tape later. Let's just keep going. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, it's always fun whenever it happens, too. It's just, that's one of the things that you see as the more you play, is not stunning literally any chance you got, but finding that perfect time to stun. When that stun is going to be the most devastating.
Oh, absolutely. And with that, I mean, we're going into this 4th round, this best of 5, that corner shot. We've seen a few of those just ricocheting off that corner a little bit outside, and a rebound here from MKS with a clear as well.
That's right. It's that late release got him. That's what ended up getting getting his throw to actually go kind of the wrong direction. It takes a bit of practice. Oh, nice. But MKS with the dunk. But that's the brilliance of this game. You have to constantly adjust what that is based on what your ping is. You guys have found that out when playing against Europeans across the timing. And then one of the places that adjusting your throw release timing was the biggest thing was when you would play in lands. With that 0 ping, you realize that you got to release, you don't got to delay as much as you used to. And then you would find that you get all hyped up and ready to play lands and releasing the disc exactly the way you want to. Then you go back home and play remotely, and you're like, all right, this is going to take a while to get back.
I like a MKS there in the tunnel. I don't know if you caught that, just kind of dancing around trying to debate the offensive player to push on him, but like neither player wanted to move at first. Kind of humorous there. I will say one of the favorite things about Echo and VR and games like this is just you get to read the body language. The things that you see in game are what they're doing in real life.
You got Mimsy said that for a high school league, I'm a diamond striker in VRML, but he's not on a team. It's a good thing. That would be one hell of a ringer to bring in pro players.
Good to see Mimsy here. Yeah, another recognizable name as they're gonna look at that goal, trying to find the open slot, but will be just ejected back into the midfield by that Cloud Geo in that corner, and another clear. This one pretty perfectly through, avoiding all the Geo somehow.
That's right, but we get the recovery from none other than the King, as if there was any doubt that the King would not make it in time. He certainly did, and he's about ready to do the crime, and he gets MK. Nope, he gets grabbed on. I thought he was going to pop MK, dodges it. Ooh. Actually, literally, you could see his body duck in his space. Your position in your play space matters as he works his way to the midfield. How's he going to get out of this one, Palador?
Well, looking like trying to use a teammate there as a human shield. You can see the heavy bother there coming in. So actually, it will open up the lane yet again. We've seen this a few times, so this is obviously a strategy they're going to, and they're going to try and get the two, but unfortunately, it's back out off the very narrow miss. That is definitely something to watch out for, though, I think.
It actually
on the side of Concord.
It actually ended up clearing down a tunnel. I really thought they were going to get bogged down in that corner like you usually see when you get one of those frantic clears. But he got a lucky bounce in there, but it doesn't matter. King actually got in the midfield position. Really playing out with MKS. These guys really go toe-to-toe a lot, but it seems like MKS wins more of those than he loses.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, you see in the tunnel again, trying to go for that same type of style. The thing is, it hasn't actually provided some points for them in this round yet. That's the only concern, because they are breaking free, but I think maybe if they could weave, once King or whoever is QBing has a disc, just weaving one more extra pass somewhere into that bubble could maybe open up the lane.
That's right. The lane is open. They're looking for an opportunity to go up, but they just got another panic clear from the blue team who had it. But, 2v1, you got to do what you got to do. And another panic clear. Like, this is they're getting frantic here. I believe, what was the term I used in OC4 for you when you guys were getting frantic?
Frazzle.
That's right. Frazzle. Team Frazzle time. Hey, man, you remember what the nerves felt like. It was a nervous indeed, and y'all were like way up on a stage too. One wrong step. Good times. Everybody who was serious was playing in shorts and socks, right? Or barefoot.
Pretty much everyone except maybe me. I just decided it was
you
my
doing
first
shorts
event
just
at that time. Yeah. No, OC4. I had just jeans on.
That's right. It's like you didn't do the shorts just yet, but after that you're like, oh, I see why everyone's wearing shorts. Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah. With that, Duffer, I mean, we're about halfway through this round, or approaching that point at the very least. Needing to score here soon. The King trying to break free now. That goal is covered off, so Spider holding true in that net. Indeed, or I guess the web, as the case may be. But above the Cloud, now up for a rebound. Going to be snagged by Remex as another clear goes through.
And nice, right down the center, clear, right past all the midfielders. Although it looks like King is going to get to it first. I didn't even have to look at his number. I just knew who it was going to be as he turns it around and gets ready for another approach with a little over 5 minutes left on the board and only 2 points on the entire board, if you can believe that, as he gets knocked out again by none other than MKS. I don't have to see the name, like the camera's moving around, but I know who knocked out King. It's the same guy every time.
Yeah, definitely. Just double KOs. Again, King of the ring.
They're going back and forth. Oh, we got to fight on the field. We got to fight on the field. There are no refs.
Dangerously close to the goal, but fortunately, there's not really a boost or anything coming in here from Concord's side, so this does enable King to collect. And again, look, King with the King's guards basically just coming up to contest MKS there on the stuns.
MKS knows how to hitch a ride off of enemy players, and I'm not seeing a lot of that come from Duffer. Like, they don't seem to really lean on that as a concept. One of the first people I saw really focusing on hitching rides from people in order to get around was Lemming in the very early days. He's like, everybody tries to fly in a straight line when they first play the game, and then the next thing you do is you fly between objects you can grab on so you can juke and immediately change directions. And Lemming flew between players. The players were his objects to grab onto and change directions.
Well, hold on, because changing directions now for MKS after the clear, got the open shot, and they took it, capitalized fully. They're up by 5, Poop.
Yes, up by 5 indeed, with only 4 minutes left on the clock. There is time. They can turn it around. Duffer's got the ball, man. Let's see if they can make it happen.
Wow, do you see that? 22 points for MKS so far. That is astounding. Talk about Lemming in my old team. That's the kind of numbers I would expect from him.
If only he was playing upside down. If he was playing upside down, then we'd be like, wait a minute.
True. But funny bringing up Lemming, the thing is about mobility and the way he played, really, contrary to the name Lemming, it was kind of the meta that followed him in a sense. He did a lot of those things kind of first, and then other people started learning, oh, there's a reason to play upside down here. There's a reason to go for those extra grabs and get mobility. And it was really the early days, but now trying to blaze a shot. Whoa, they got the 3 for King. How about that?
And that'll get them up where they need to be in order to gain a little bit more. We'll see if they can actually make it pay off. They got 3 minutes, 15 seconds. They don't have the disc this time. But they got time to recover it. They get plenty of clearances, plenty of turnovers between both teams. I've got a feeling. the King can make it happen. But he's got to go up against the likes of MKS, who's going downfield and getting ready to get passed by Spider. No, he's going to hold him midfield. Going to let them bait everybody out. Nice pass.
Spider up at that cloud, just dodging. And great pass there from Spider.
Panic shot.
Little bit, maybe even a clear. The thing is, you can always make up those panics with just, guess what? Boost,
Silk
speed,
pass.
find a teammate, or in this case, just find a goal. Up to 24 points now, MKS, but Concord 7-3.
Well, yeah, 100% you're right on that, because one of the things that takes time to learn in this game is disc prediction, right? Knowing when you see the disc, how fast it's moving, what it's going to bounce off, and where it's going to be. If you try to fly to where it is, you'll never catch it. You got to go to where it's going to be. And so if you know the other team is not as good at disc prediction as you are, you can self-pass. You can just toss the disc. Oh, no. That'll cost them. So they didn't know who the quarterback was going to be this time around. But you just toss it down. You're going to go where it's going to be. They won't focus on you, and they're going to go in the wrong direction. Then it gives you time to get the disc and toss it in. So very solid move from MKS, understanding the concept of disc prediction.
Absolutely. It's sometimes simple geometry isn't so simple, but with that, trying to find maybe the angles of the spacing here pretty tight, and you can see when those big clusters of players form up, it makes it hard to actually find your passing angles because everyone's in the same spot, so it's anyone's game, anyone's disc here, and same for this round, 7-3, a minute 42 remaining.
Man, Bug got himself a really good stun that he needed in order to give his team control, but then Spider jumped in and got that clear, but it doesn't matter. King with the recovery. The team is stacked up and ready to go. They're watching. I don't know if they're communicating, getting knocked out, but he left the disc. Generally, you don't want to do that. You knock out a player, you take the disc, right? Oh, here comes the shot.
Gets the disc back eventually, but a lot of brawls coming in. 1 minute left. I'm basically here for Duffer. They need to be scoring on this possession and doing it soon, or else that time is not going to be on their side. That was actually sailing pretty close to in just about, as MKS will clear it out, and it bounces a few different times into the Geo and into the ramp.
They almost slid in a three-pointer. Might have got a lucky shot on that one, but with less than 1 minute left and 4 points left to make up just the tie, I'm not seeing it happening unless they pull some kind of miracle out. And the only person I know that could pull out miracles right now would be the King. But in order for the King to do it, they have to shut down MKS. That is his hard counter, and Spider gives him trouble as well.
Oh, absolutely. Just a force of nature, to say the least. These two kingdoms going to war. With that, it's Concord, a clear 35 seconds, and that time is just about done here. Looking like Concord's about to pull it out.
For Agatha, Concord holds on to it and wins up 3 rounds out of 1 with only 20 seconds left. I know we're calling it kind of early. I have seen you guys pull back a win from like this small amount of time, but then back then the clock stops.
Well, nothing's stopping there, including the momentum for MKS and Concord. With that, that is going to be the round and this series. Concord, 3rd win, and they will advance here to the finals on Sunday.
That's right. So we're going to come right back to cameras. Man, that was a really good round. Those guys did great. They played 4 rounds straight, but Concord just unstoppable.
Absolutely. That was just phenomenal effort put through. Dropped the one game, didn't let that bother them. They just kept piling it on. It's like once that pedal was pressed, they felt that full momentum swinging their favor the entire time. There were some good moves being shown by Duffer. Again, I like some of their rollouts and how they broke free in the mid lane due to those brawls, but it was just defense after defense, defensive stand, that is. You saw so many saves from Spider and co. I mean, that's the story of it. Spider defense and then some MKS offense, and
Yeah, man, a solid team. Both teams very solid. Very good base of fundamentals. There's a lot more to build upon. Watching some VRML pro streams, getting some coaches will help them get there much quicker. But all in all, they're doing really good, well balanced. I felt like it's a fairly even match. MKS really the star of the show. King definitely the MVP on his team as well. These guys really bringing it. Those of you just tuning in, this is High School Heroes VR Esports League. I'm Kier Simmons. That is Palador. I need to flip those.
I mean, I've been a lot of things in my lifetime, but
You're Poonanners now. That is you. That's who you are. Take it. I'm just kidding. You know what? Let's go ahead and update the let's update the bracket and see where this puts us. I believe we got Concord in a win. Now, if only I knew which one was Concord. I believe it's this one. Yay! Concord in and up, advancing to the semifinals, which we should have on Sunday. Those of you just tuning in. We are going to wait for them to line back up. We're going to take ourselves a quick break, and we'll come back to cameras as soon as we can, as soon as the match is ready. Stay tuned, and make sure you check out the chat for any of the giveaways that they're going to set up. Blue Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
And I'm Palador. This is Palador. How's it going?
That Palador?
Yeah, that Palador.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Okay, so we are getting ready to get on our next match. We're all lined up. Those of you who are not aware, Concord ended up winning theirs. So we're getting ready to see it's Buena Vista and Paco. Is that the name? Or how do you say it? You had it wrote down somewhere.
We have Pasco versus Buena Park. I guess it depends all on the accent and such. But yeah, Pasco and Buena Park will be fighting off here to see who joins Concord up there next Sunday.
Florida versus California. That's going to be one heck of a ping and time difference to deal with. But I do believe these guys will be able to handle it as they get ready. They have not readied up just yet, but we will come back when they are. And we're going to sit here and talk a little bit about what we saw with Concord and MKS and King showing us what top-tier high school play looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say this a lot even in VRML where I'm casting most days of the week. I'm continually impressed at every level. Doesn't matter for if you're the top level, been playing for years, or just some of the rookies and sophomores coming in across the last 8 to 12 months. The level of play we're seeing, it's getting bigger and better faster than it did before. When we are all new to Echo, and you and me and my team, and where we're all needing to figure out exactly what's what. But these days,
don't watch your old matches, right? Don't watch your old matches.
Yeah, if you go back to say OC4, that kind of era, it may be a little bit rough. I think if you go back to maybe season 2 or 3 of the ESL VRL days, there's some still good gameplay there, but it's changed a lot.
Yeah, dude, I remember, man, just not even that far after OC4, how much everybody progressed, that they were all like upset. They don't want to watch the OC4 footage. They hated seeing it in any of the trailers. But I remember at OC4, after OC4 was over, all we did was sit around and on a laptop continually watch the video. Because we're just so excited.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Some of my favorite memories, absolutely, from those lands. After everything was over, the lights turned off, the stages were closed. We'd go back to the hotels and just order some pizza and
pizza party, baby. Every time.
Yeah, pizza party, after parties, and just kind of enjoy each other's company. That's the thing about Echo, and the thing that I'm continually saying that we're gonna bring back to Echo sooner than later as things get back to normal in real life. I can't wait to see some of these, not only my old friends and family from Echo community, but the new ones who I've yet to meet.
Mm-hmm. Assuming Oculus Connect goes back to being a physical event. Well, they're called Facebook Connect now.
Facebook Connect, yeah.
We don't know, but we hope. We all have hope.
I mean,
we're all getting our shots. We're lining up for them, right?
Yeah. One way or the other, I think. I mean, wherever it is, whatever the case may be, we'll have meetups, I'm sure, in the future. We'll have some stuff. That's the end goal. Bring the lands back together, because that's what solidifies, I think, a lot of these friendships and the community and the relationships, and nothing else. It's a great way for us to. I always said the cool thing about it, as someone who was super introverted in high school and didn't get out much and have much of that going, is the fact that Echo was for a lot of us, our ability to come in and be kind of gaming jocks of sorts. Like we got to feel like the players on the football and basketball teams and get this stuff done. That said, these teams off 2 dogs. What was that from Artemis? Envy. I envied that, but getting a grab now. Jeez, what was that?
Oh man, I really thought he had it there. Just a strong open. But it did not quite connect. Got to warm up. You know how it is. We'll give them a second. Oh, Chronic with the kick out. Kicks it right to midfield. Whole team's there. No, Chronic is back on it again, kicking it downfield. He's like, I'm going to show you what a double clear looks like.
Yeah, apparently. That's some dirty moves I'm already seeing. I mean, Artemis Envy, that's the guy who opened it out here. So Artemis seeing that can just maneuver around, find something, but no, instead it's Pine Baffle. But that's going to be dung off the goalpost. And well, 1 minute in, scoreless still yet, but pretty fast-paced already.
Already, we got ourselves Artemis with a nice downfield clear. Gets it right past the midfielder. Midfielder actually walking it back, though. No one's jumped on him yet. No one's letting him know that he's getting ganged up on. But he's got himself plenty of time to walk it down this left tunnel. All of his team is there. Drops it low to nobody. But, if his team is up close, who are you going to pass it to?
That's what we were saying a little bit earlier, right? With just having the pile-ups form. Sometimes people get lost in the brawls, but that's when it's good to, as a teammate, if you see one of your other teammates might grab it, just spacing out a little bit, saying, okay, as you grab this disc, you have me over here at this area, this geo, and that's a good way to get it going.
Is that underhanded shot you were talking about earlier?
That was a great shot from Pine Apple. Just wow.
Underhanded indeed.
Yeah. Someone go arrest him.
Yes. You know, the way how strong Artemis came out of the gate for the joust, I thought for sure he'd probably be the first goal we saw. But no, Pine Apple showing us how this game is played, getting that high-speed three-pointer. Oh, it gets it stolen again by Pine Apple, going in for a walk-in. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
Man. Oh, Pineapple looking like a black-eyed pea with a boom, boom, bap right back at them.
Oh, that was rough. Oh,
now,
man. The first time that happens to you whenever you've got joust advantage, when your team has the disc, the first time somebody rushes up on you and takes it from you, that's when you realize how defensive you got to be.
Usually the first time it happens to you, it's the last time
Exactly.
it happens to you.
Exactly.
Because next time, if nothing else, you're rushing it next time.
Yeah. They just got to catch you slipping. Oh, nice shot. We'll see if it goes in.
Maybe.
You can hit either of those ramps dead center on those arrows, and you get yourself a chance to shoot. Not a lot of people do that bounce shot anymore, but early days we did it a lot, and it does work.
Oh yeah, but it became too pedestrian for some players. Now they start taking these three bouncers and full court shots off the sidewalls. It gets very complex.
If you can't show off that you know geometry, then why even play, right?
Exactly. Well, hold on. That play was almost on. Going for the bother on the goalie. That's very reminiscent of Joker. That's something that Team Joker over in North America, back-to-back champions, they popularized. Going for the goalie stun and the three-point shot. There was once upon a time where people thought that was the worst possible thing to do, but now it's actually a pretty regular part of the meta.
It was actually how you guys won OC4. Actually, the Guygasm actually got stunned by you guys right as Lemming throws it in. As a matter of fact, that's the call for me. It's like, the goalie was stunned. The game is over.
Ooh, now that play was almost over, but securing the rebound here is William Fluxberg. What a name, trying to find his teammates over there, but in flux is that pass as it will rebound right to the catch from Pine Apple.
All right. Well, they're doing some good pass plays, not immediate recoveries. Oh, nice self-pass from Pine Apple. Pine Apple's like, I just got to play by myself. I'm good. As he walks it into the bubble with a nice inside shot, as it says. It was just short of a slam dunk. I mean, like, he must have let it go like an inch before the goal plane.
Yeah, kind of did the hesitation move, just trying to find the perfect spot to shoot, the perfect time to shoot. I like that patience, I really do, both between the passing and just the wide up the floor. Didn't get rid of it faster or earlier than they needed to.
One more shot and we got the mercy. I'm surprised they actually decided to not have the lead guy go for the disc, considering what happened to them earlier.
Yeah, that's almost near that goal again. Sometimes it gets me stressed because anytime the disc goes off the corner panels there right outside the bubble, you do have a chance of making that goal. A nice handoff play. Look at that. They get their first goal, cracking that seal for Pasco there. 2 points on the board.
And they're finally turning it around. Maybe we're going to see the momentum turn around. One can only hope that they're able to make this happen. But at the same time, it is the first round, best of 5. We watched earlier where it swung both ways as the teams were starting to warm up. Could also happen here. Oh, they actually went for the steal, too. Turnabout is fair play. It's fair. You love to see it.
That took me supremely off guard. I won't lie.
That's how that gets you.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen, but with that, we got a game. It's only 3 points difference with 5 minutes left, a little under.
That's how that play happens to you, is when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you always need to be expecting it.
Man, I guess.
Oh, it came right to him. Great clear from Recluse running the backfield. The distance came right to him as if it was passed to him as they go to kick it back over to the blue side. Doing a little bit of self-passing here. They're like, you know what, we're just going to kick to the side. If we keep it on their side, we increase our chance of getting it. As he gets a free goal and a free shot, is he going to go back for the 3? I don't know what that shot was. I think he thought someone else was there.
Well, we'll just be clear, but luckily they will be there. But what a grab. Chronic, the Abyss. Now, that is a very, very sick grab, even a chronic illness. But being said, taken by Artemis, and Artemis sending it left side. Great pass. I like the eye. Even that one. Connection not there, but the right intention. I really love to see that team play.
Yeah, great back and forth as they approach the bubble for an easy shot. They're going to just walk it in. Oh, no! With the ding! I thought he was going to do the ram slam where you just ride the disc through the whole goal. Now, amongst the OG players, that's considered a faux pas. Me, personally, I love it when people ding the disc. It's just hilarious to me. But, at the top level, the guys, you can lose a lot of friends doing that.
There have been a few cancellations or near that, but talking about, from my days playing, that's a familiar sight. That said,
it's
showing
a great
little
sound,
bit
though.
showing a little bit of steez. If nothing else, they're just trying to ring the dinner bell, saying, "Hey, come get it. The food's ready." And indeed, we are running into the prime time, dinner time at that, as they will grab the disc back after a little bit of brawling.
Well, you know,
Buena Park.
Tilt also plays a big part in this game like it does most esports. And if you're a little bit behind but starting to catch up and you want to keep your momentum, that is any kind of little dirty tilt move will get you there if your other team, if you know the other team isn't emotionally solid.
Yeah. And you know, to be fair as well, there's some teams who also give a little bit of that, to each other in the sense that they'll both trash talk a little bit. They'll both get a little hot doggy at times. I mean, it's in the fun, in the nature of sports. It's not very fun. Artemis getting stunned.
That was a great save.
Another one.
I don't think it's going to pay off. Artemis got an open goal. Oh, I really thought they had that save. I really did. Dang, Artemis.
Well, this has turned into a stellar match. Look, we're at 9-8, Poonanners. I mean, 9 points from Artemis there. Pineapple with an 8. So, I mean, one standout offensive player in the front lines for both teams, but certainly helping enable
Look at the skin he's
their
sporting.
teammates.
Look at the skin Pineapple sporting. It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Someone's been playing the game.
Definitely. Yeah, the pineapple skin.
Let's see what Pineapple's running. Can't get close enough to Pineapple to check out his skin just yet, but I do believe he also has something higher tier. Yeah, he does as well. So Pineapple and Artemis, definitely guys have been playing this game for a little bit. A little bit. Recluse too.
From that first joust, yeah. And see chatting there, Megatoto was cheering on Pasco. Well, seeing if they can get it, but they will not pass go on that offensive drive as it will be back into the trap.
Palador's puns are unstoppable. This man's made out of magic and lightning. It's like magic and lightning had a baby, and they named it Palador.
Oh dear, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I guess that's why they call me Paladad. Cheers.
That's right. Well, it looks like Pasco and Buena Park are really going at it. 9-8 with a minute 13 left on the clock. A little bit of back and forth. It seems they're warmed up. They're trying to figure out where their breakaway is going to be as the disc gets cleared way down the field. I'm looking for a launch, and I'm not seeing one, but it looks like Artemis has got the lead. Will he get there first for a back shot, or will it just backboard in its own? Nope, they actually stack up and get there first.
All right, important turnaround here. Maybe not. Hold on, a shot there. Oh, barely missing. That could have been some ice, certainly. And now just needing to find their stacks. There is a midfielder there prepared to meet it halfway. So Recluse getting that grab, sending the pass. What a delivery. But, couldn't finish the shot.
Dude, if I had a nickel every time Lemming did that in league play. Just an easy shot, and it just ding. Oh, it hurts every time. Oh, because it was such a beautiful play. They had it, and that it's like the goal reaches out and grabs your disc sometimes.
Right now, they need to grab this. They do, at least for a moment. They got 16 seconds to get a shot off and maybe win this round. This is the first one here in the semifinals between Pasco and Buena Park, but no, being parked there and left on the emergency brakes as they will indeed look to take this round.
5 seconds. Not enough time. Their midfielder was right at the edge of that tunnel. He had an opportunity to put it back into play, but it hit the edge of the tunnel instead of going down. He was ready. He was willing. And the disc said, nah, I'm going to stay on this side.
Just said, I'm not able. But yeah, that's still stellar round to open up this semifinals match between these two teams. 1 point differential and high scoring at that.
Oh, man. That's the great thing about this game, and especially about Echo Arena. Like, it is a game. It runs on physics. It has geometry, all that stuff. And sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men, sometimes the arena just works against you. Sometimes the disc works against you. They have different plans.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all part of the game and all part of the development of as a player and an individual is just learning to maneuver around all of those aspects of the arena to your full effect.
I forgot what we called that. When there's certain geometry on the map when the disc is going to it that it's not going to bounce the way you expect. It's going to be wild. And we used to have a name for that. Just letting everyone know the disc is not going to go where you think it's going to go.
Yeah, once upon a time, although I think that since then it's seen some passes over from the team at Ready at Dawn, so you get less of those lately. I know big parts of the arena that were kind of guilty for that were the tunnels, like the catapult, the launch ring. When they hit that, sometimes they would bounce all kinds of awkward places, and there used to be a place in the backboard as well. But yeah,
I say it get bounced around and stuck inside the launch tube between it and the force field. It's always fun to see.
Yeah, once upon a time. But with that, round 2, ladies and gents, is back here underway. 10 minutes on the clock and reset back to 0. So hopefully for these teams, they are well prepared. They hydrated between the rounds and they're ready to go for another.
That's right. Pasco is 1 up. Nice backhand pass to nobody. The goalie is out of goal. Not a good place to be, but he gets backed up from Pineapple. Pineapple's seen this before, and he's like, nope, this is right here. That's top-tier Echo Arena play. That you don't have. You have a guy who, like, mains your goal and your midfield, but everybody can goal, and everybody pays attention. If there's no one in goal, someone goes and gets it. Nice rotation out of goal. Pineapple actually protecting his team there. Nice.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to watch each other's backs, and sometimes, rotate when their backs are against the wall as that goes off the wall. And Pine, mighty fine, I will say, 21 meters deep. I told you, Pooh Nanners. I always feel nervous when it goes to those corners because I've seen it so many times. It will bounce into that goal. That is a huge hit to start them off.
Nice one. Well, yep, Pineapple does deliver indeed, and we're expecting to see some delivery from Artemis as well. And we know that Artemis has some backup from Recluse. We noticed some nice fancier skins on them, but Pineapple with immediate stun and steal, and he goes for a nice shot against the little self-pass on the force field. Toss it down to Chronic. Chronic with the back shot gets knocked out of the way. They need to clear it quick. Even though it's 2v2, that was just way too much pressure.
Yeah, Chronic now clearing it, cranking it even. Not a soldier boy, but needs to fly down like Superman right now. Otherwise, that shot is in danger. The rebound just as well, but snagged out in flux by Jay William. And that's back up to the rebound by Artemis. Artemis lining up one more, but again, an Artemis, unfortunately.
Man, and that moment when he's just on the feet of him, let's see if he can make this shot. Artemis is going to walk it in. If you let him get that close, that's another thing that we learned in the early days is that if they get in that close, it's hard to stop them. If you have 2 guys in goals, send a dude out to rush them. Gotta rush the player. But earlier we saw like there was a trail, right? One guy had the disc, he had an open goal, and the other team was right behind his heels, but they're going exactly the same speed. And he's like reaching desperately for his feet that he can't grab.
Yeah. Definitely those boosts are a big thing that you need to get. To make any progression. That's one of the things I think is difficult at first to learn in Echo, is that you don't always have to move forward necessarily. Sometimes you can move back, you can pass back, you can wait for your teams to actually get into position, or just wait for someone to get a boost, things like that. It's easy to get trapped in the idea that we always have to push, we always have to score, but not always.
Yeah, it was like something we talked about early days. Like the very first thing you do is everybody concentrates on the disc, and we called that kid soccer, right? And then the next thing you do is you start tunnel visioning on the goal and not even watching your goal. And then you start working on, I'm going to watch both goals. And the next thing you do is you start paying attention to where the geometry is, where the players are, where the disc is going. And you start getting this proprioception, this situational awareness where you know where everything is and where it's going to go, and you're just there and you try to predict it. And the game comes down to who's best at predicting that. I think one of the earliest guys who was amazing at predicting whatever was going to happen across the entire arena was Affentera. You as well were really good at predicting like just where the game was going.
Well, that shot I was predicting that was going to go in, but apparently I'm wrong that time. That was
you can't get it right every time.
Based on what we've been seeing, but yeah, just a narrow miss right there, but still good recovery from Pineapple and
textbook
that
clear.
On a clear.
Textbook clear.
Recluse.
Yeah, textbook clear, but the midfielder was there and ready for it. But it did buy them the time that they need to pull back a little bit. No one's rushing the midfielder. But, it's not too bad. It's 2v3. They don't have to play too aggressively. Although right now,
I think it's too. In these 3v3 situations, especially if you do play super aggressively, what a steal! Hold on a second. If you do play super aggressive in 3v3 and you get lost, that is very punishing in its own right.
Oh, went for the backboard shot, didn't connect. The goalie is hanging on to that front cube, which is like one of the things you really like to do. They had a guy in goal ready for the knockout. Another one is going in for the knockout again. Couldn't make it happen. He did that classic move. He did that classic move where like the goalie knows that someone's going to knock him out, so he's like, I'll rush the guy and force him to go for a 2-point. So it worked out.
Yeah, it works out. Yeah, some of the times. I mean, certainly different ways to handle it, and either way, very annoying for a goalie to have to deal with that. There are some players who are phenomenal at it for sure. Dash comes to mind. We were talking about him off stream a little while ago, but one of the very famous longtime goalkeepers of Echo Arena, impeccably good at dealing with even 2 or 3 people all around him trying to stun and bother, and yet still he'd get those picks somehow on these shot attempts.
Yeah, we had no idea how to explain what it is he was doing. It didn't make any sense.
Madness, that's all.
Yeah. He's just made out of magic. That's all it is. This is magic. That's the only answer.
Just a dash, that's it.
Just a dash of magic. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable today, guys. All right, well, now we got 4-3, 5 minutes left on the clock. Let's see if they can get it. Artemis tussling it out right now. Oh, man, Buena Park actually trying to get that clear, but they can't quite seal the deal. I think Pasco's actually got an opportunity to make this happen. Good jukes on the bottom. Oh, he's trying to bait him in, too. Artemis knows how to play the field.
Yeah, wow, some square dancing, but squaring into the goal. Abyss was there, so Chronic the clear, and now maybe some boost coming out. You see the two players kind of getting trapped between the elevator doors, and that is out of there, and giving him another few seconds still yet to collect, and they do. But it will be a lot of bother in the tunnel coming in, and a stun, and grabs it, clears it away. What a flurry! What a flurry from Artemis.
It's a long shot off the backboard. I really thought that was going to connect. It was a nice, clean one, too. The goalie wasn't even entirely sure what to do with it, but just not quite the accuracy he needed to make it happen. And that takes a long time to come up for a lot of us. Some people are born with accuracy. The rest of us got to earn it.
Yeah. Well, earning themselves a grab there and a save on an attempt from Artemis once again. It's 4-3, so a little low scoring in this round, but still just as competitive. It's only a 1-point differential yet again as Pine Baffle takes it away. Had a hot hand, has maybe, some hot moves. Trying to eye down an open goal, and could it be? No, barely.
Doesn't matter. Artemis picks it up and gets the save. Artemis is looking for an opportunity to clear. You know what's really funny? This is also one of those things early on where when you've early played in the game, you get the disc on the side, you would go ahead and clear it. But now at professional level play, which it looks like Artemis is doing, you don't go right for the clear if you don't have to. It's like, let me hold on to this disc as long as I got to and make a strategic play with it. I remember
exactly. It's just about that push and pull where, like I was saying, sometimes you got to learn when you can back it up. But that is definitely a juggle to kind of manage sometimes.
My favorite things during those LAN plays were to hear heated discussions between Lemming and literally anyone else about what he thought the future and meta and strategy of the game was.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say before you even finished your sentence, Lemming and a heated discussion between. I was thinking everyone. I mean, who?
Yes, everyone, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone willing to do it. He was willing to have a heated discussion about it. And what's really funny is Lemming always set the meta for most of the stuff that we did. But his predictions about the future, like any predictions about the future, usually weren't right. And that's because predicting the future is freaking impossible. And in video games in general, the next meta that changes the game, the reason why it's the next meta is because no one thought of it first. Some random player comes in and they just start destroying everybody using it. And you're like, why didn't I think of that?
Oh, yeah. Applies, like I was saying, the 3-point shots on the bothered goalies, the Joker trains and whatnot. And there's a lot of stuff you see these days that maybe just couldn't fathom a few years back because we were still learning a lot of the basics and such as double KO here, and it causes some more disarray in the midfield.
That's right. This guy's duking it out. We've seen this a lot before. This reminds us of old school Echo Arena, just duking it out in the middle. A little bit of passing back and forth, rapid clears just to get the disc in the direction you want it to go so you can get people to break away out of the scrum and get yourself a nice clean shot up the goal, but off the rim. I don't think that was even a handball. It seems like off the rim. Just couldn't hear the ding from here.
It could have had the 1-point lead should that have been made. So had an opportunity lost, but disc loss as well there on the diver. So that's going to be very close to a rebound here, but just beyond the reach, unfortunately, of that first Pascal player. But we'll still get it back for Artemis and trying to not miss. Indeed, it's Artemis NV once again. They're up 3.
That's right, man. As soon as I saw he was over there and the goalie was out of position, I was like, well, this is over. It's just how long is it going to take him to do it? Oh. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, but that's how it works. Sometimes you just get out-positioned, and this game is a lot about position and momentum.
Yeah.
When you get really good at position and momentum, get that disc prediction, player prediction in there, you can be an unstoppable force.
Yeah, well, it's equally tough there too, though, because when if you're weighing apart, figuring, okay, we had a few good looks at the goal at the other side, but then to just barely miss a few of those and have it turn around into some open points for Artemis to walk it in. It's just an extra kind of dash of salt in the wound almost, because you feel like you'd miss some good opportunities and then just let them have that one.
Yeah, man. Well, it's going to take what it's going to take. Let's see if this time you can actually make it happen. Pasco well in the lead with 35 seconds left. I mean, one more three-pointer from Bueno, they could tie it up, but they've got to get this disc back, and I think Artemis knows. He's just going to run the clock down. I believe you guys made that famous, right?
A little bit, but some of those ducks are a little bit much. You can get away with a few of them, but eventually you're going to get goose there with the punches. And with that, maybe an opportunity. They do need to go for a 3. That is a deep 3 that's just going to be heaved and received from Recluse there inside.
They cannot afford to panic clear here. They've got to just make shots. Just got to go for it.
And they got 1 second to make it happen, but yeah, the time is down. So the second round going favor of Pasco on orange, and Buena Park now on their heels to make a return in this best of 5.
That's right. Pasco wins round 2. They win a third one. That is it for today, and that'll put them on to the finals.
Yeah.
We're going to see if Buena Park is warmed up enough to do something about this. Pine Apple really coming out strong in the very beginning. So is Chronic, really showing what their team could do. The stats are not too dissimilar, other than, like, the saves, lots of saves on blue side, which means you've got lots of shot attempts coming in from Pasco's side. Man, I'm not entirely sure. They have way more possession on Pasco's side, but obviously we saw them kind of running down the clock there at the end, so it could be a little bit of what we're seeing here. I don't know. I think Buena Park can do it, but they're gonna have to punch it up a little bit. Quite literally, get those stuns up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, now's the time, right? When your tournament lives are on the line, it's the time to knuckle down, and these teams certainly trying to do just that. I'm really impressed with the fact that not only the saves totals, but just the fact that every player has gotten at least 1 save, a very, very symmetrical one on the side of Buena Park. I mean, 4 for each. But yeah, I think you got to use these 1-minute intermissions or so to the full extent that you're able, and just these are the times, like I said, sometimes seeing 0-0 and 10 minutes back on the clock, that's enough to wipe away the fears of yesterday, or at least yester round, as we do start the third round right about now.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make it happen, man. You got any predictions? You got any ideas of what you think might happen?
Just based on what I've seen so far, I would figure Pasco has some pretty heavy momentum. The thing is, Buena Park, the important thing to kind of shift that opinion a little bit is I need to see them score in these first couple of minutes. I need to see them score first, because if you can't find some sort of foothold, Pasco's just going to keep doing what they've been doing.
Indeed, man. Hopefully they end up figuring it out. I've got a little bit of faith. I think they're going to do it. We do see that people turn this around all the time. We see people be able to break through those warm-ups and actually make it happen.
With that anchor shot from Artemis, though, just made that happen. Got the rebound after that long fling and just threw it in like it was nothing. Artemis continuing to be the envy of everyone here in High School Heroes Esports, and wow, that is a nice cracking shot.
100%, man. They do make it happen, and it is really nice to see. I'm glad that we're actually starting to see these guys step it up just a notch, and a little bit more, and we can make this happen.
I'm trying to here at the pile up, just being sent out, slapped to the trap, as it's now called. I called it pocket for a while, but trap seemed to
trap
take
works.
the priority. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because the disc does in fact get trapped there quite a bit on these clears. As another clear going to bounce towards that angle and rebounded by the boosted Pine Bapple, getting there with plenty of time to spare until the defense joins at the bow tie and the nugget, and a little bouncer, maybe even an intentional pass could have been, but will squeeze past a few different players.
Bow tie and the nugget. That's my first time hearing those statements. I like it. Everything needs a name.
Yeah, bow tie, I want to say, is more of a longer term one. Nuggets maybe a little shorter. I used to call bow tie as a nice snag coming in from Artemis. Bow tie, I used to call it double diamond, but now double diamond has been kind of reappropriated to those 2 vertical blocks in the middle of the arena.
Yeah, they do feel more double diamond-y. That makes sense. Unless you're one of those crazy people that plays sideways.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. I did that for a couple weeks.
You know what I meant. In a world where everybody plays right side up or upside down, the sideways guys, or those guys who play at like 3 different angles, so the guy looks like he's like running at a tilt.
Dan, I mean, let me introduce you to the W's. That is to say, Andy W and Zach W, 2 Masters caliber players in VRML. They got the whirly twirls. Okay, they actively spin. Yeah. The entire time while they're diving in the goal. It's like a torpedo. It's nasty.
Yep. And just watching them makes you just a little sick. You're like, how do they do it? Yeah. Well,
exactly.
Great work. Great work. We got 7 minutes 20 left on the clock. They need to get this win. Bueno needs to get this score in. Get this easy 3-pointer. Just walk it in. He broke the bubble before he let go. That was an easy walker.
Yeah, maybe one of those cases where you could look at it later and be wishing you made a different choice, but maybe at that juncture, just more confidence in the 2-point shot and just recognizing, okay, there's a lot of time in the clock. We just need to get some points to get something, so I'm going to guarantee it here with this walk and goal.
Yeah, man, it's risk reward. That's what a good game is. There's a lot of high risk, high reward mechanics to it. Obviously, high damage if you mess up. Oh, running right at the goalie. This is an expert move. I've seen you do that before. When you see that they're coming towards a goal, it's just you and somebody charging towards, you get that disc first and clear it downfield. Too bad it is right back in his hands. Oh, and he slips through it. This is not going to be nice for him. Palador, walk us through what's going to happen.
Well, grabs the disc here, and kind of like you were saying, yeah, that decision-making you have to manage as a goalkeeper, right, is when do you dive, when do you stick in the goal strong? That is actually a big difference maker you'll notice between, say, a good goalie and great goalies. The great goalie will know when it is appropriate to dive. That said, being dove upon, and nice clear after the stun. That's going to fall right into the lap of Pine Bap, and boom, off the post. Unfortunately, couldn't convert. Otherwise, would have been a highlight play for sure.
Oh, man, that would have been a great stinger. It was going right in. It was long. It was three-pointers, speed on it. No one was in the goal, and just the goal reached out and said, not today.
Yeah, sometimes, Poonanners, the goal itself is the best goalkeeper.
The goal's mean. The goal doesn't like fun. No one likes the goal. It'd be actually funny if someone started playing professionally and they just named themselves the goal. There was a team named Dean for a while, though.
Fun fact, Team Ding came back in Season 2 by a different roster, entirely different roster, Quest players. They were the rookie champions in the last season. Same name, same everything. And with that next 2 points for William, doing a nice job to collect it off that bounce. You see how many times it bounced off those corners?
Yeah.
And how close it was to the goal every single time, but sometimes you just got to get the grab and secure it, and they did.
Doesn't matter. The Fluxford gets them right in the lead where they want to be. They got to turn this ship around. Now we've got Joust advantage, also known as just having the disc over on Pasco, which is not exactly where you want to be, but with a little bit of rush, you can make it happen. Does not get the disc. Oh, this was a beautiful pass setup. I've seen this play 100 times. It's just too bad the last pass didn't make it. It's almost like he didn't know it was coming, but it doesn't matter. A little bit of pickup. They actually got back in there. 2 guys in the goal. You need to rush the disc. You can't leave 3 men in the goal. That's an easy goal for them. Yeah, I hate to see it.
Well, definitely. If you're Buena Park, you hate to see that go through for Artemis Envy, becoming kind of a common theme for sure. Up by 1. Buena Park, though, still having a good return round here. They're not behind by much. They still got time. They still got opportunities, but they do indeed need to win this round. Otherwise, they will be facing, well, defeat in this best of 5 as Pasco continuing to come here on defense and just blitz them essentially off of these jousts.
Oh, yeah, man. That's what you got to do. You got to keep the pressure on. You keep the pressure on, they start panic clearing, they make mistakes. Nice! Buena Park putting more points on the board with the long shot. Yeah, love to see that. Good recovery.
Well, said they needed to score, and
oh, yeah.
Lo and behold, Pine Baffle provided. That was a long-range bomb, 22 meters deep, and they're up as a result. That was excellent.
That's a great answer to that 2-pointer that came right at him, too. You had 3 men in the goal and 1 man coming straight at you. That is a prime moment to have 1 player rush him. You got to do it. Those split-second decisions, like you said, that just you don't have enough time to think. Oh, no one's there. Oh, and he goes for the rush. Expert rush by the goalie, knowing don't wait for it. Don't wait for his teammate to knock you out. Rush it and take it from him. Action beats reaction. You love to see it. Oh, and he's got a shot. Can he make it? Pineapple turning it around.
All right, Twitch, go ahead and clip that entire sequence. Turning the offense into defense, mixing it up like the finest drinks. But a cool glass of water is Pine Bapple because, wow, what a hit. I mean, it's one thing to make a save.
Cool glass of Pine Bapple?
Pineapple juice. Yeah, pineapple juice. In any case, though, defense is one thing, Poonanners. To be able to turn that into offense as well, and that's the other part of the equation. And did just that there.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Great.
The guys who can do stuff like that regularly are just so next level that you really hate to have to play against them. But I love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Artemis working verticality. He had a good approach on the goal. The goalie was actually held up by another player, and Artemis didn't know there was someone right behind him going to steal the disc from him and clear it out. Oh, nice wrestling match on the floor.
Yeah, it's starting to go kind of Roman style there, just all over the disc and unable to slip away, but we'll try and get a little leech boost there for Artemis. Artemis now being stunned out, however, so great recovery here from Chronic. Chronic sending it over to the other side now. No one really in the area, but they are going to try and collect that back for Pasco now, and we'll have a chance at this. They're down by 4. They got 2 minutes left here in this round, which could be deciding should Pasco come back and win, but obviously Buena Park trying to deny that here with that 4-point lead.
Oh, man, and the disc is going, but Williams got it. William goes for a little bit of a panic clear. There was too many people right where he needed to go, but he's like, I just got to get it off my side. We're in the lead. We got a minute 40 left. We just got to get it downfield. And I agree with that. That's exactly what I would do. I'd just be panicking. Get it out. Get it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's very easy when it gets super congested in those lanes to just want to get rid of the disc. I don't want this to be a turnover, so I'm just going to sling it somewhere else where someone else can deal with it. It gets very crazy.
It's a game of hot potato. Ooh, man. We had a hard interception one way, hard interception the other way. That's really rough when it happens, especially when they're right where you can see them. It's not even like a sneak attack interception. But we got clears going both ways, keeping it midfield with a minute 10 left on the clock. And they're 4 points ahead. They have a real strong chance to win this round and stay in it. They just got to keep the pressure up.
That's right. This is the best of 5 against semifinals match for all you fine folk tuning in and trying to tune up. Definitely in this round with Buena Park after 2 rounds behind. I mean, the tough thing is when we spoke on that earlier on, Poonanners, with just the mental games and such. I mean, they still have to do it again and again for Buena Park and the coming rounds.
Well, we'll see if they can make it happen. It's a nice shot, and it lands. Chronic the Abyss really delivering that win for his team.
Absolutely. You can hear maybe a little bit of the cheers in the background, too. Just really excited. That body language is there. They know that they have secured this round with some absolute ice in that Abyss. Did not miss, and with that, they're happy. They're in bliss, Pooh.
I was hoping I would get 3 rhymes. I was sitting there crossing my fingers like, do it. Do it. I know you can. And at the same time, I was like, what is he going to rhyme with? I don't know what to do. Impressive.
Kiss.
I love it. There you go. He's like, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
I eat rhymes for breakfast.
Yeah, that's actually true. That is actually true. Ramios.
Yeah, Ramios. You got to eat your Ramios. I like it. All right. Well, that is round 3 over. Buena Park actually pulling out a win. We're going into round 4, just like last time. We'll see if Buena Park can keep this up. It felt a little bit like the pressure was coming off. That last shot felt really good by Chronic the Abyss. It could be that they were just running the clock out. But it did feel a little bit pullbacky. Stuns are still behind like they were earlier. Saves are still up like they were earlier. Shots taken still fairly the same. So fairly even matched teams. But they happen to pull out a win. I really hope that they're warmed up enough now that they can take it. But we see this too much in Echo Arena that when you come off a win, you get overconfident, and that's when you lose.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. It is a kind of a balance between, well, how much in this round was it because of one team letting up? How much was it the other team firing up? And a lot of times it is kind of a mix of both. You just give those little opportunities to one team to start feeling good, and they will take that inch and they will make a mile of it, as they do indeed.
He's talking from experience. You're talking from experience. You've witnessed how hard the point difference can swing from round to round just based on how hyped people are or how kind of defeated you are, how overconfident you are. You've watched overconfidence where you guys were just getting trampled, and then overconfidence just had them making terrible moves, and next thing you know, they get trampled. Man, we've seen some ridiculous things, and you've experienced it firsthand. So we know this is a very emotional game.
No, absolutely experienced it as a player, experienced it as a caster as well this past year plus now. You see it all the time. With that, you just got to give credit where credit is due. And that is a save. Buena Park, they indeed retook some of that momentum. So now it's basically
get rid of it
in Pasco's hand. Well, it is indeed in Pasco's hand. It's Artemis Envy, the first 3.
As soon as he had it, I was just hoping all of his teammates are screaming red at him. I was like, throw it, there's a guy right there. Oh, man. You never expected, though, when you first play in the game off the Joust, you hardly ever expect that there's already a guy behind you in the arena, that a guy just got launched so fast you never saw him.
Changaring there in the chat saying nice round to BP.
Stop the rush.
Park, and indeed it was. And yeah, nice stoppage there, breaking it up and collecting the disc. So back-to-back maybe offensive attempts here for Artemis and Pasco as they do roam up this blue zone.
Yeah, you don't really got to do a panic clear if you stop a rush because it's too many guys on your quarterback. So you're pretty much clean if that guy just stops and doesn't give them the free momentum. Without the rush here and the stun, there's no way he's going to be able to stop it, though.
Talk about clean. Hold on a second. Cleaned the clock with a stun. Whirled it around the back like a clock, but that clock was nothing but broken in a hot second. They got the score. They're up by 5.
Yeah, your only move there when you're 2v1 and they're rushing it in like that is the rush. I mean, granted, your best move is to make sure he doesn't get a 3-pointer. But if you want to stop the 2-pointer, the rush is like your only choice. You're kind of just rocking a hard place. If you see him, if he's got his fist charged up, you rush at his fist with your shield on your head. You like just beta stun because sometimes people hold that button down.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was the ender move I talked about as well. Sometimes it's good to just say, here, you want to punch this shiny noggin, and then the moment they reach for it, it's like a basketball phrase, right? You reach, I teach. Sometimes you don't want to poke the bear. You just got to get out of there.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to go hard in the paint, or in this case, I guess the volume.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Turning up the volume as the guitar riffs. It's Artemis NB again, 7 points. This is a blazingly fast start for Pasco. They took the momentum right back, suffice to say.
They're playing just a little bit angry, I think. At the very least, they're like, no. This is our round. No. Watch out for another rush. Yep. It's funny. I could feel that I wasn't expecting it, so I expected it. You can feel those moments.
Exactly. Just call them the Spanish Inquisition from now on.
Exactly.
We are definitely seeing some of these blitzes happening as Walker King will get it back.
That's right. He's just out there in the middle of nowhere, nothing to grab onto, and that's how you get yourself stunned. Nice double stun as the disc just barely gets pinged away. So we get ourselves another stun, and he decides to just fling it gently in the direction of the bubble, hoping for a backboard shot, and they get it. Pineapple getting them back on the board with 7 minutes left. They've actually got time now.
Oh, yeah. Desperately needed that one for sure, and only a few minutes expended in this round. Round 4 out of this best of 5. Buena Park winning the last one after Pasco had won the first 2. So for you guys joining here in the streams and watching these semifinals of the High School Heroes Esports League, it's preseason, and we're winding it down. Sunday at noon Central will be the finals. So whatever team wins out here will be going on to face Concord.
I think it's noon Central. I've not been clear on any of the times. So hopefully you wrote it down.
Yeah, I got some clarifications in there.
Oh, that's good. Any one of those boards where it just like automatically adjusts things to your time zone is like, go to this web address.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll send you an Apple Calendar event for it. It'll be good. All right. Well, he's going for a shot. Oh, he had an open goal. He could have done it. Instead, he decided to just rip it away from him for a little self-pass, but nobody there to back him up. It doesn't matter. Midfielder gets the capture. It goes to kick it off the roof for a little bit of a self-pass. See if his teammate can dunk it in. Oh, he gets stunned out. Artemis with a nice save.
Wow, what a timely stun, because a half second later that thing would have been in. That said, it might still be yet because this drive from Jay William, but now the disc being knocked loose out into the backfield. And I see, by the by, Spider Monkey, very familiar face there from that last match, just complimenting and saying how this is the first time he thinks that someone took a game on Pasco for that matter. So interesting developments for sure from these players.
Yeah, so evidently Pasco is the ones that got the pro player on their team. I heard one of these teams has a guy who's, well, I'm not entirely sure if he's a pro player, but I know he's played enough, apparently. But
Maybe
at the same time,
pro, but a player we know, one of the two.
He's played Echo enough. Like he was already playing Echo before they pulled him onto the team. That's the way I understand it. And he's been teaching his team also how to play. Like I said, if you have a teacher, somebody who's a long-time Echo player, you can learn a lot real fast.
Whoa. Well, I didn't guess. I mean, look at Artemis again, 10-2. It seems like every time now, I mean, we're thinking, okay, maybe Buena Park has gotten some momentum, but then suddenly it's Artemis with a goal from long range at that, and just kind of dashing those hopes and devastating these chances.
Indeed, man. We'll see if they can make it happen, but oh man, confidence is waning. I've seen crazier stuff happen.
Yeah. Well, True story as well. That's why you play your hardest until the clock runs out. Because honestly, sometimes you're just a play away from a huge swing in momentum. Like you said, we've seen it.
In this case, it's 3 3-pointers, but yes, they.
But I mean, the first play to get you going is what I'm getting at. You know.
Oh yeah.
You're one big score away. You're one dirty 3. You're one nasty move on the 2 from just all of a sudden. Boom, momentum shift. You're feeling good. And right now, they might be if they can get this 3, but there is a goalie in the way.
I've watched you guys do that enough to know never count them out. Because is there any moment away? And I've watched people make so many points in the span of like a minute 30. It's nuts. But
yeah,
I'm not sure that they're going to be able to pull it together here. They did take a round off them, which I did hear is a very difficult thing to do. I believe Pasco may be the favorites to win the whole tournament from what I can hear from the chat. Spider's definitely a believer in their ability. Cutie Pop actually confirming it is the first time someone took a round off of them. They're really fighting it out on top of the roof here. Not really getting exactly what you expect. We get a long shot, though. It is wide.
Almost making it still yet, though. a lot of people now, they do purposely clear to those corners for that exact reason, because it gives them a chance, and even if it misses, it gives you a chance for a rebound. What a delivery in the pass, but unfortunately the finish wasn't there. Just a whirlwind looking like a dervish, but right now it's Pineapple with the disc again. There is one in the goal, so cannot line up a shot. But
nice
still
dunk!
Can line up the ducks, indeed.
But 3v1? Yes, he gets it anyway! Oh, I was hoping he was just outside the bubble. Like a three-pointer on 3v1 on the goal would have just been beautiful.
Yeah.
That might be the point that turns it around. We'll see. They got it. They're going to have to rush him, though. Oh, wait. Did they stop him?
Also true. Looks like, yeah, someone might have hit something or other, but continuing on for now. That was full coast-to-coast, essentially, for Pineapple there. A very well-traveled fruit, apparently, but looking good for their 2 points. That could be what they needed, but like you said, time is of the essence here.
That would have been a great opportunity for a rush, too, because they slow played actually getting the disc. That is too bad. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds, they got to recover this disc and get it downfield and avoid these stuns. Just get yourself ducks. You're already seeing that these guys know how to work verticality in their play space. If you jump, your player moves up. If you duck, your player goes down. Unless you're inverted, then it's the opposite direction, as we learned from watching Lemming play for many years. But this time, they get the clear, and they get it out of the way with little jukes on the ground. Got to use that juke and ground game, right?
Absolutely. As when Echo Combat had come out, the term got popularized, calling it the spastic crab.
That's where you crawl really fast?
Yeah, just crawl really fast in a jukey manner where you basically look like a space crab.
Yeah.
Giant enemy crab, if you will.
You definitely got to do shoulder warm-ups before you play a game doing that. It'll blow your shoulders right out.
Make no mistake, that's also not even a joke for those at home wondering. There are many cases, if you're not warmed up with the kind of style of Echo Arena gameplay, you can pitch the nerve sometimes with those. You got to stretch. Is all I'm saying. I've had to deal with it.
All of your competitive
certainly.
VR is that way for sure. You see that.
Yeah.
You see that in just Beat Saber. If you don't warm up those shoulders, you're just going to be dying. We did that in a Sprint Vector, like the Sprint Vector competition. I had on shorts, I had on exercise gear. I had my resistance band out, and I was warming up my shoulders. And everybody else in the green room who were new to VR esports, they were looking at me and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm about to win." And I did.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Got to warm my shoulders up, man.
Such a physical thing are VR esports. That's why we also like to call them VR sports at times. It does it kind of some more justice because it's electronic, but it's also the most physical video game you've ever experienced. Everything you're doing in this game, aside of the physical flying itself, but everything you're seeing is what happening in real life. These throws, that strength, that juke even, and that strong save. Recluse doing it all there inside the bubble. What a tremendous grab.
Got another shot.
To do it twice and will not get it as it does sail out the bubble.
Oh, man. Yeah, speaking of everything that you do in the game is real. It will cost you physically. Shout out to VR to ER for sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Again, these sports are heavy hitting, not only the players on each other, but just sometimes the players on themselves without those stretches. They do go the full stretch of the floor. 30 seconds left, and time is just about out. Especially with another dinner winner on this game. It's 12-4.
Ooh, brutality. But they hadn't crossed that mercy threshold, so they got to play out these last 13 seconds. But I do believe that is all she wrote. I think we could probably safely call it for Pasco here.
Yeah, QT pop in there, calling for it. Finish them. Exactly. It's about done. That was still, you got to hand it off to Buena Park. They still made a full effort of it. They played hard to win that last round, the third round. And in the fourth, still scored a couple super nice ones, but was not enough to overcome the blitz that was Pasco, who have been rocking and rolling here in High School Heroes Esports League.
Well, let's come back to cameras one last time to talk about these teams. Again, I am Poonanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
Man, I'm still just Palador. Sometimes the Pizza Door, sometimes the VR ML Door. Right. And the names are right, yeah, so you can go follow me on that thing that I don't use nearly often enough. But nonetheless.
Yes, indeed. And we bring you here High School Heroes VR Esports League, brought to you by Outrun Digital and the Draper Hero Institute, as well as all of our other sponsors, which will sponsors and partners, which we'll be showing you on the end card. But let's go ahead and take a look at how this played out on our updated bracket. We have reaching their way into the finals. We got Pasco earning in that last spot. And they'll be going up against Concord, I believe is the name of the other team, the other school. Sunday, I believe, at 12 Central. This is the information, the updated information that Palador has given us. So be sure to check us out then, and we'll be casting that game in order to see who are, I believe we may be doing a third place match, televising that. We may not, I don't know, I have to check with the organizers, but we'll definitely be doing the first place match to see who takes home the big prize. Well, that is it for me. Palador, you want to send us some words of wisdom to get us home?
Well, sure. I usually used to doing this on some other streams, but I'll gladly bring it here. From High School Heroes Esports League, I've been Palador. That's been Poonanners, and all you guys at home, and gals, and robots, Jackson Jills, as Sir Dimwee says. Love him. Be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other, and we will see you again really soon.